totally the very first stream of the night. How's it going? I hope you've been doing well. I hope you've been doing well this fine evening. Damn, what happened? Like, what's happening to you guys? Like, what's happening? How are you? Oh, goodbye, fish. Take care. It was nice having you. Thank you for the fish. I mean water, not fish. And thank you for the sunshine fish. It feels brighter in here already. Honestly, the way Isabella died, I kind of spoiled myself because I was debating whether or not I wanted to do this on or off stream. So I've seen Isabella's death, and Rebecca's death. Everyone else, I have no clue. Okay. Ooh, should we kill off Isabella and then continue the story there? Fair enough. My hand automatically moves to press the delete button. What's the use? I won't be able to work anyway. Not with this weighing on me. Not with the images flashing in my mind. Not with these voices calling for me. Over and over and over. I flop back down on my bed and discard the phone on the nest of pillows beside me. The TV is still running, I notice vaguely, having been left open the night before, though I have no desire nor interest in it now. Rose is dead, and it's all my fault. Shoving a pillow over my head, I make an attempt to sleep again. Anything just so I won't feel this heavy feeling in my chest. A cheerful voice with a tinge of hesitance greets me when I answer the sudden call.
Hey there! How are you feeling?
Good morning, Becca.
I just want to check on you. I heard the news. How are you doing?
It's as if her question has opened a dam of emotions I've been keeping at bay.
Becca. Rose. Rose, she...
Shh. It's okay. I know. I'm sorry. I know how much she means to you.
No, you don't understand! This is what I've been telling you guys!
What you've been telling... Alright. Tell you what. Why don't we eat dinner together today? I heard the diner near your office is serving your favorite today. My treat?
Decline!
No, I'm not at the office!
We're gonna be slim pickings. We're gonna be alone for the ghost-a-goo.
Never mind! We're not safe! Not anywhere!
What are you talking about? And don't shout. I was just inviting you to help take your mind off things.
The letter!
This again? Ghosts aren't real, Isabella. They're just stories made up to scare children.
You're always saying that, but look what happened to Rose! I know what I saw!
The police says it's a homicide case.
Didn't you see what's in her room? That's not something another human being would do! Come on, Rebecca! You have to believe me this time!
Isabella, I know you're in shock, but you have to wait for the authorities' findings. You can't just make assumptions based on some stupid letter you picked up somewhere.
You're still not going to believe me, even if someone else already died, no?
You know that's not what I'm trying to get at.
What if Zach comes next? Or Ashton? Or you? Did you see what she did to Rose? We're all completely powerless against her, and you still won't listen!
Funny you should say that.
Isabella, enough already.
get it. The same. They're all the same, no matter how much you warn them. I let the phone slide off from my grip, and turned my attention to the news. Never mind that Becca's still on the line. She's never going to listen anyways. They never will. I'm all alone in this. At the end of the day, no matter how gloomy the headlines are, it's still a better...
The Luxbon Police Department continues its search for the following reported missing people.
Hold on a second. Missing? Aren't they? Still, I've got to check. Frantic, I open my laptop. The loud tapping of my fingers against the keys fills the room for the rest of the day as I look through everything. The background about the place, its history from the current owners, and the list of employees hired under the BRC. The night has fallen by the time I've finished going through my copies of the documents and our database. And I'm right. Of course I am! BRC may have a lot of staff. They may have a lot of agents hired, but I remember those names anywhere. After all, they're also a part of the crew who worked with us in preparing the mansion for the open house. Then the letters? No, that can't be. I hope it's not what I'm thinking.
But Rose is...
My train of thought gets cut off when arms envelop me from behind. I couldn't help but laugh. When Becca says she's going to do something, you can be sure she'll do it.
You didn't have to come over, you know. You have classes tomorrow, don't you? And I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean to yell. I just didn't want what happened to Rose to happen to you, Zach and Ashton. I wouldn't forgive myself. I think I figured out something too.
Here, I think this will either make it hilarious or add salt to the wound. But the name for this achievement is, where is it? Free hugs. The achievement for getting Isabella dead is free hugs.
Listen, Rebecca, sorry. I need to answer that. I've skipped work today. Rose is gone and my boss is probably beyond furious. No doubt that's him calling.
She doesn't budge. Is she still angry? The phone's still ringing in the background.
Rebecca? What's gotten into you?
Bruh. Son of a fuck.
You've unlocked a memory fragment!
Okay.
Load to where we can kill Hannah. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be that fast either. Wait, was this really my last save for Hannah's? It is! Okay. Huh. Let's work for your happy ending. Becky's words are still fresh in my mind, and I can't help but think that girl, plucky woman that she is, has a point. Oh, this is what I picked last time. If I love Luke, I have to fight for him, don't I? Okay. So this will skip until I hit dialogue I haven't hit before. Huh, I wonder why I forgot to save when I had the choice whether or not to open the thing. Oh, this is a quick time event. Okay. Oh wait, no, what? No, this is different. No, stop, stop,
Stop! Stop! Hannah, you weren't supposed to live! Wait! Oh, here it is! Is there a 2 for 1 achievement? No, there isn't. That's, not for failing the QuickTime event. In that, okay. Open the hatch. I may not be going down, but there's no point in talking through closed doors. Or hatches in this case. The thing refuses to budge at first until there's a soft click, and it easily swings free. As I lift up the hatch and look down into the cellar, a sense of uneasiness washes over me. It isn't just the sudden onset of vertigo and nausea, but also the darkness. It's suffocating. And as I look down, it feels as if it's looking back at me. I worry that something will suddenly pull me into the deep. I can hear her whispering, calling for me. She wants me. I know you want me. I know you want me. I know you want me. Do, 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 do. Needs me. She wants to drown me, pull me down, and suffocate me in her embrace until I sink to the bottom. And a deep abyss awaits, inviting, yet foreboding. She's calling to me from in there, isn't she? And I do want to help, I do. But the shadows threaten to creep out, and a feeling of apprehension keeps me in place. Already, it paints the room in a darker light. Do we get hugs again? I don't know what we get. This is like the dream all over again. There is a hook in my stomach as well. But this time, it doesn't pull me back. Instead, it pulls me forward. Will Hannah break her neck? And it'll look like she fell down into the cellar or something? There's a lurching sensation, and the feeling that follows after is hard to explain. It feels like I'm watching myself from the sidelines, a spectator to my actions, or lack thereof. I will myself to snap out of this detached feeling, to move, to do anything except stare at myself. And for a moment, I see the look of fear in my own face. I'm back in my body, but the hook in my stomach is no longer the only one. There are hooks everywhere, tearing and pulling at my skin, flesh, and bones. They pull at me in every direction, and it hurts. It hurts so much that I just can't bring myself to scream out.
Help me.
I mean, it's either feeling that or watching your body be filled up with hooks and being torn apart, Javen. I don't think either sounds pleasant. Oh, another quick time event? I wake up from a deep slumber. It takes a while with the fog that has settled in my head, and with heavy limbs. But soon enough, I manage to look around. I'm in our bedroom already, though I do not recall going here. Luke slumbers beside me, looking peaceful and pardon? It doesn't matter. I'm safe, and I feel better than ever. Tomorrow, better days will come. Wasn't... Wait, wasn't I supposed to die? That's what... The ghost also looking angelic, though. Luke is already gone by the time I rise. It only goes straight to voicemail. Wait, what?
What do I think of the matter, ma'am?
No, what do you think of my hair? It feels so lifeless and dull today, and that's no good for a party.
Oh! Wait, Wait, she's talking about her hair instead of her relationship with Luke?
And I think I'm breaking out into zits.
The ghost must be posing as Luke, more likely than Luke. She's got the jawline for it.
Now that you mention it, there is something different.
There better not be something on my face.
I wouldn't worry about that. You do look a little paler than usual, ma'am. I apologize if I'm crossing any lines here, but have you been resting properly?
Huh. You'd think I get a bit tanned with how sunny it's been lately. Don't you worry. I feel right as rain and never better. But back to the matter at hand.
You were asking for my personal opinion on the matter, ma'am? Do you want me to be honest, or...
What? Wait, why isn't Hannah dead?
I don't know, Marianne. I just...
She hesitates, taking a sip of her coffee while I stare into my own cup of tea before she speaks. Maybe?
Perhaps it has been the years, perhaps not. It might just be the little things that have built up all this time. It might be something big. I wouldn't know all the details. But in any case, with things like these, I've seen couples take time apart just to cool off.
But then again, there's the whole thing at the end where Hannah's taken hostage, so maybe she isn't allowed to die?
Sometimes they get back together in the end with lighter hearts, and sometimes they don't get back together at all, but part on better terms.
Speaking from experience, are we, Miss McCullough?
Well, that certainly got a rise out of her as her cheeks turn red, and she nearly chokes on her coffee.
Oh, no, nothing like that. I'm not interested in any fella even. It's just a thing I've seen happen a few times.
Yeah, she's into lasses.
What if I said the couple are very public figures? They wouldn't want to take time apart unless it was really necessary. They wouldn't want people to talk.
Well, that's a load of guff. Not to mention that makes them a bit thick, doesn't it?
Yeah!
Forget about what other people say. That's their relationship and they should do what's best for them.
And if they point out that you're being a hypocrite and they can also disregard what you say?
Then that's their choice. I'm just saying that a break might do them good. A short time apart is better than someone trying to leg it out of the relationship or one ending up trying to murder the other out of frustration if they're even the slightest bit touched in the head. Because we don't want now, do we?
She trails off, having said her piece, and leaves nothing but the smell of coffee and Earl Grey between us. This is a calm despite the nature of what she just had been discussed. Oh, broken neck. Who knows? To say her words make me start to think it's an understatement. To say I'm not considering her advice is a lie. And to say that this might be just the calm before the storm is a possibility. Others have had shorter marriages, yes, but plenty have. Oh, yeah, I've read this. Why are you alive? This sounds so messed up. Why haven't I killed you? Oh! Okay, so this is new. It is now that Johannes returns with security, along with a concerned-looking Officer Lee. They surround her, trying and move to escort the hysterical woman. Judging by his pale face, he had heard the whole thing, and I feel nothing but pity for the man. Luke would never... Yeah.
I'm so sorry for her behaviour. She's been under a lot of stress. And the alcohol. Talking nonsense, that's all it is. You're not allowed to drink because of the baby, Shelley. What?
Nothing to see here, people. Move along.
This is new text. Is there really nothing here but the ramblings of a drunk? Of course they're nothing but ramblings of a drunk. She's just jealous. Jealous of the wonderful marriage and this happily ever after that I have with my prince.
Take that troll up out of here immediately!
Oh, okay, yeah, this is new. I got the achievement cat fight!
And see to it that she isn't allowed here or anywhere we hold any authority in Luxbourne.
To
To be banned from anything with the right name on is basically social suicide. Oh, she's a lot more aggressive here. Yeah, we did. I'm sorry, Johans. We practically own half of Luxembourg, and there isn't a single establishment of repute that isn't under our patronage one way or another. This is Mercy. I can do much worse to her. Oh, is there like a route where we can make Hannah more like the Duchess? At least this way, she can just move out of the city and never ever return. I have stayed my hand in the face of her grievous fault, her bold-faced lies, when she deserves so much more. I can take away her business, have her factory shut down. It's too easy to ruin her life until she is just nothing. And it is all so tempting. I can only see red. The tension is thick in the air, and the silence that embraces the room is nearly deafening. There are worried and almost fearful glances from some of the guests, yet at the same time I can still hear them whispering. But as long as they hold their tongues and don't interfere, none of those matter to me. I don't think so, since that we only have the maid and then the lord and lady. So no, there's not enough characters. Unless you want to say Johans is the lady, is the maid. I don't know, man. As long as they hold their tongues and don't interfere, none of those matter to me. Especially when my darling looks at me with a different shine in his eyes. It almost seems as if he's proud of what I have done, and that spurs me on more than anything.
Everyone, please go back to enjoying the party. Don't let that mess of a woman ruin your night.
You heard her. Strike up the band, maestro, and let us dance like fireflies in the night.
It takes a bit for the crowd to stir again in face of all that. But like most problems of the elite, it is brushed under the rug and forgotten in favor of merriment. Yeah. He offers me his hand with a small smirk and a bow.
Well, that was a mess, wasn't it? And you handled it magnificently.
It happens. We are very important people, are we not?
Yeah, she's acting more like the Duchess.
Milady, would you like to dance?
With pleasure, my prince.
Wait, but the maid calls the lord her prince. No one is going to get in between me and my darling husband. Not Rochelle or any other rich, snooty scrubber. Not some common whore or an ambitious maid. Or an ambitious maid. Wasn't that the same person? Wait, what do you mean? No, because there's the lady of the house shade and then there's the maid. The maid is the lady with black hair, and then the lady with the house is the blonde. No one is going to get near him, or in that matter, not when I'm around. And if I have anything to say about it, no one is going to get near him at all. Yandere Hana. Yeah, the ghost is the maid, and the maid calls the lord of the castle my prince. Which is why I'm confused. The day after proved to be a difficult task. Maybe? My darling prince is a man of many connections, a man of the people. He is always talking to one person or another, and I am always left alone, unable to stay at his side at all times. It is frustrating, but I have to be understanding. Besides, I don't see why he can't just stay at home. The least I can do is to make sure I have his time while he's here, which in of itself isn't as easy as it sounds. Not with the bloody valet of his tailing him around. A yandere with boundaries? Impossible! Technically it is possible. There are different types of yanderes.
Johans, where's my tie?
Um, you're wearing it.
I can't find it anywhere.
You're wearing it.
Have you looked around your neck? It should be there if it's not on your clothes horse, sir.
It isn't often that I'm awake this early, at least early enough to find my darling preparing for the day, and his valet attending to him. That's fair. Yeah, she's calling him by more pet names now. It is an old-fashioned way to go about the morning. He's able to dress himself after all. But he says that it really makes the day easier for him to have someone else do this tedious task, a bit with a grimace. Though if that manservant of his dislikes the duty so much, I'll gladly do it in his stead.
I've got it, my prince. Come here.
It's so icky. I don't like the nickname.
Well, someone's up and at them especially early this morning, huh? Here I thought you'd be knackered by all the dancing we did last night at the party.
Oh, and Luke doesn't know she's pregnant with twins. We never told him this route.
And after that, well,
He doesn't know. A saucy little wink and a smile is what he offers me as I draw close to fix his tie. And when the valet reaches out with his perfume, I quickly take it and shoo him aside. This close, his scent fills me with the smell of white flowers, cocoa, cardamom, and almonds. Is she possessing 3 people? Are the babies possessed? Are the fetuses possessed? It's intoxicating. And the sight of the 2 of us in the vanity mirror is picturesque and perfect. Can I help it if I feel a bit resentful that another person gets to do this for Luke every morning when I could have done it myself? No, I can't. Well, not chest bursters. Tummy bursters. I've seen that in a few zombie movies.
You're dismissed, Shrokin. I have this. Go on then. You'll be summoned if you're needed.
There is a curious look, furrowed brows, before any sign that he cares. It is wiped from his expression.
Very well.
I think Johannes knows that Hannah's acting different.
If you need me, I'll be somewhere that isn't here.
you could have let the man do his job.
And I say there's no need for him. I can take care of you just fine, my prince. Just where are you off to this morning anyway?
I hate the thought of him leaving me. It feels like an eternity without him here, in this lonely place that doesn't feel like a home quite yet. Although the mansion is really growing on me, slowly but surely. I want to be at his side, yet he fails to see such an obvious thing.
Business. Where else?
Why can't you just work from home? You can afford to, can't you?
Business needs a firm hand and a personal touch, Buttercup. Besides, I can't stay cooped up forever in here. I'll go mad.
Well, you'll come back home as soon as possible, won't you? It's so awfully lonely here without you, my prince.
Ah!
I could. I don't see why I should, though. This hasn't been a problem before. You know I'll come home when I come home.
Just get home as soon as you can. For me, won't you?
Even the way she talks changed.
No promises. It's business after all. I can't just stand up in the middle of the meeting and tell them the wife wants me home.
Yeah, you can.
Then forget those peasants.
Oh my god, that's the biggest red flag. Hannah would never. He stops and stares, looking perturbed for a moment before shaking his head. Even Luke's like, yo, that's what I call the other people. When did you start calling them that? Is he feeling ill? There's more reason for him to stay here with me, doesn't it? I'm just being a good wife, worrying about my husband and all.
Be good, dear. And stay safe. There's been all sorts of dodgy characters seen about the property.
He is slowly figuring it out. Johans, my wife might be possessed. Johans, my wife just called you people peasants. Who is she? Johans?
I'll be leaving Johans with you, just in case you need anything, and to be on the safe side, okay?
Johans, my wife is becoming like me. Huh.
But I don't need a valet. I need you here with me.
I'll be closing a big deal with a pharmaceutical company soon, if things go according to plan. Maybe, after that, I can take a breather for a bit.
No maybes. You have to promise me.
I only need him.
I'm going to be late, Hana. The longer this takes, the later I'll get home.
Fine. Shall I see you out?
If that's what you want.
No, Luke, run.
At the front door, his valet waits, ready to accompany him for the rest of the day, when he's told to stay and attend to me.
And then he never came back. He just whispers to Hannah's ear, I'll be back with the milk, honey.
I still don't like it. It looks like he doesn't either.
Nah, I don't think he likes you, bro.
But I ignore him in favor of the one who really matters. I hold Luke's hand in mine and give him a deep kiss. It makes my heart flutter as I see the way his eyes close during our moment of passion. Parting for air, I can only smile.
Have a good day, my prince.
Right. Off I go.
I love that, right?
I still don't want him to leave. He should just stay. Forever.
If you could let go of my hand, please, Hana.
It's just so hard to let go when I finally have him in my grasp.
Right?
To watch him enter his car and leave pains me so. It leaves behind an aching, gaping hole, like a hunger and a need. I'm not content until he returns.
If it fits you, breakfast is ready in the parlor, madam.
If anything, I'll be in a foul mood until he returns.
Leave and go practice your bloody sodomy elsewhere.
Oh, dang. Okay, I guess we're not gonna look at any more deaths until we see where this Hannah takes us. Maybe we'll kill people along the way. Like hooks in my stomach. Oh dear.
Peculiar.
When I turn around to hiss at him to leave, he's already gone, and that suits me just fine.
Yeah, Johans knows. He's too smart.
I want to be alone without anyone bothering me. I want to be alone with myself and my thoughts, and with only these halls as company. These damn halls which will hold our memories, just he and I. There's no one else I need but my prince. Not some cheeky servant who's just living it up because he's Luke's right-hand man. Rubbish like him deserve nothing. He deserves to be thrown and locked in.
No, not the attic again! Oh yeah, Johans exercises Hannah, let's go. Poor Johans, he's gonna be banished to the attic again.
Without realizing it, my feet have brought me in here. This empty, lifeless room disgusts me. The longer I stare at it, the harder it gets to breathe, as if the walls are moving in on me.
I'm guessing this is the maid's room.
Yet at the same time, it pulls me in. I hear a whispering, and a curiosity gets the better of me as I look under the bed. There on the far corner, a loose floorboard. The wood, despite having swelled and warped over the years, is strangely familiar, comforting in its feel. Though it's not merely what my hand searches for as I reach for it, it takes quite an effort, but soon I am able to lift it. And inside, underneath the dust and cobwebs, lies a pendant warm and familiar.
Can anyone read that? Genuinely? Or is that just her name? Sadako? Was that her name? And I swear, if I just close my eyes, I can feel it beating in my palm. We need to destroy this! This is what we need to destroy. Not the letter. Not the house. This. Because this is what's keeping her in the house. I don't know why I'm poking my laptop screen as if like you can see it. I feel a thrill, though I also feel like a thief for taking this. Eat it and see what happens. This isn't like Jujutsu Kaisen. It's not like Sakuna. But it's mine. So without delay, I hide it in our room. In front of the vanity, I see the ways my eyes shine as I remove the clasp of my old necklace and put on this new one. I become the haunted house. Right where it belongs. Achievement unlocked. It fits a lot better than the old one. I can feel it as it weighs on my chest.
Right where it belongs.
Oh! Oh! I hate that. Um... Um... I guess we'll... Yeah, I think we doomed Hannah. Let's just... I guess we'll just, we'll just, to do some... we'll do some stuff we'll just go with the answers I haven't done with Zachary while we see where this ending. Yeah, I wonder what this does to the stairs scene. So we're just gonna play as Zachary. I guess we'll try to keep it as close. I don't know. Seeing Hannah like that, I'm kind of shaken. Tell her the truth. Okay, Isabella, higher. Okay, yeah, I told her the truth last time. So no need to read this again. Wait. Just for the sake of my sanity.
It's okay. I know you're busy.
Oh, okay, that's down for both of them. I want them to be happy.
I don't know about you two.
So we showed it to Hannah before, so I guess we can show it to Ash this time around? Ash will give me flack for this, he will. I can already hear what he's going to say about this the moment I bring it up. Actually, I need to go to the washroom. Yeah, let's have Ash make fun of us. Oh, wait a second. But this is a different Hannah. But we changed Hannah. What will happen? Wait. No, go back. Wait. Okay. I want to show Hannah. I want to show Hannah because it's... Yeah. I want to show Hannah because she's different. Okay, I need to go to the washroom though. I'll be back. I love not Hannah. Let's go. Okay, not Hannah. Let's go. So I remember saying I'm a
Sorry,
friend of
sorry.
Hannah makes
I
her
was just-
happier. Yeah. It hasn't detected anything new.
Ooh, I think that one looks cute.
Hannah balks to my surprise. Oh, her necklace is still blue here. What? Why is her necklace not different? Shuffling 2 steps away from the window and glares at it with such vehemence as if it did something remotely... Oh, different day. True. Oh yeah, that also could be a thing. A funny sight when taken out of context, and I'll probably will be laughing. Really, if I understand what warranted such a reaction from her.
I wasn't looking at the crib.
I wasn't really talking about the crib, Hannah.
Very good then. But it wasn't the crib, all right.
Alright, I get you. But that's not it. Honest. I was just saying the stuff that was on display there looks nice. Or at least as nice that it can be compared to the ones we visited earlier.
Wait, when did she get possessed? Hold up. Yo, Hannah. When did you get possessed? Shaken. Oh, that's actually a cute picture of Ash. No, this is just Zachary's journal though. Oh wait, no. Okay, October 29th. October 29th is when she gets really huggy.
But I'm sure your interior designer has something different in mind for your mansion, so don't mind me.
Yeah, I think this is normal Hannah right now. I was hoping that would be enough to cut the topic short, since that she was happy when we said we were her friend. Instead, she sighs and leans on the wall closest to her as she runs her hands through a lock of her hair. There's a far-flung look in her eyes, even as she fixes it on the concrete curb.
You need to stop looking at people like that, sweetie.
I'm afraid I don't quite catch your drift, ma'am.
I suppose you wouldn't be aware of it. Do you know you always carry this kind of phase?
What's wrong with my face?
Like you're always staring at the world with this honest look. Like all there is to see is all the good in it.
Frankly, I don't see anything wrong if it's like that. I mean, there always has to be something in it. You know, a sprinkle of kindness here and there.
Oh, this is just making me love Zach more.
Otherwise, we'd all be miserable.
For you, maybe. Some people have to fight through it just to see that. And kindness isn't always a great thing to have around. Sometimes too much of it can hurt.
That is also true. Makes you wonder where this is coming from, how bad things have really gone for her to have this view. Hannah, why are you like this? Emo girl Hannah, let's go. I do understand her sentiment, really, I do. Still, when it's the last thing you can cling to when things have gone irreversibly bad, sometimes you simply don't get to make a choice.
Besides, the point is, it's impossible to lie when a person is looking at you like that.
Then it's even better to have this look on my face.
Or I could, but I'd feel like a horrible person afterwards.
Good!
Did you hear that, Mr. Zack? You just made me feel like a horrible person.
And now I feel horrible.
I sort of wish I had one like it. Just so people would stop lying to my face.
Or you can start by being honest with yourself. It shouldn't be quite hard. Friends don't lie to each other, don't they?
I don't know if Cappy was supposed to stream today. I know they streamed yesterday. I can check their schedule real quick. This is just me being a good wife and mod. There's nothing wrong with me checking Cappy's stream schedule. Yeah, she does have a stream schedule today. Has she done her time travel story time yet? I don't think so. And she didn't make an announcement. She didn't make an announcement that it was gonna be cancelled too. She might have fallen asleep, honestly, knowing Cappy. It's gonna be 20 Eastern, apparently. So yeah, I think Cappy fell asleep. Ooh, should I be an even better mod and throw a message at her? I'm gonna do that. Cappy! Your stream! 4 hours late! If you cancel, my chat told me to do this. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm throwing you under the bus. When she wakes up to those messages.
I guess so.
Oh, J-Pen.
So what was the lie?
What was your, how was your stream, by the way? She draws in a breath, lays a soothing hand on her stomach, and...
That it was really the crib I was looking at earlier, silly. You're right, Uncle Zack, it's cute, but the pattern's not to my taste. I'm pretty sure Marianne could do something about that, though.
That's fair.
At the moment, what I should really be worried about is if I'm ever going to be a good mother to this child. Mad! I can't even tell the father he's going to be one in a few months' time. Probably doesn't even want anything to do with this whole pregnancy thing.
Dude, have you seen my streams? They're scuffed as hell.
What am I going to do, Zack? Because right now, I'm absolutely at a loss.
To be honest, my dog bullied me into taking a nap while you were streaming, so I took a nap with her.
Oh.
That timing! I'm sorry I couldn't go to your stream, Zack. My dog told me to nap. A beat.
Oh.
Yeah! So she does tell Zachary that she's pregnant and that she couldn't tell Luke. Should we say never mind? I want a better relationship with Hannah. Yeah, okay, so that makes it better. She should know. I really should tell her. Yet.
Zachary, what is it?
When I look at her, all I see is a woman who wants the best for her family she's trying to build. I see those loving smiles on her face whenever she puts her hand over her belly, the fond tones in her voice every time she thinks about what will be in months' time. I bet she bought that mansion for the same reason. Oh, sweetie, I doubt it was that bad. To fill its many rooms with the smiles and laughter of their children, to create memories from it, unlike the lonely ones she had as a child. And I can't bring myself to shatter that little wish. What other proof do I have except for what might be taken as a couple of badly developed photos? No matter where you look at it, this is ridiculous. Maybe I am seeing things and I need to visit my doctor again as soon as possible. Nah, bro, that's nice. Those are gonna be fond memories, my dude. Maybe I am seeing things, and I need to visit my doctor again as soon as possible.
About the photos you requested.
Oh, are they done?
No, actually, they're not done yet. I had to finish the ones for the magazine first. I really don't want to rush it.
Please don't tell me you came all the way to Anslim just to tell me that.
I made you a promise.
Oh, you poor thing. I won't hold it against you if you can't give it to me soon. I'm not rushing you, dear.
Yeah, this is normal, Hannah. You can tell from the way she's talking. That's fair, J-Ben. I honestly wish I kept the VODs from when I first started streaming, but to be honest, I never thought I would actually keep streaming, so I just never kept the VODs. Oh, that's nice.
Good art takes time, yes. I'm more concerned about the quality than how fast it gets delivered. With it, I'm sure I'll get my money's worth.
You really don't have to pay for it, Hana.
Shush you. Don't sell yourself short. You keep doing that and other people will follow. I'll have my secretary send the first half to your account tonight. No buts.
Oh, she's such a sweetie, and we ruined her. Behind her, Miss McConnell merely nods, mouthing at me to take it just as it is. I too miss normal Hannah. She'd know, of course, being the other person working for the rights. But even if I decline, I'm certain Hannah won't be giving me a choice. She'll do it anyway.
I guess I'll just have to make sure I'll take good photos tomorrow at your party, yeah?
Fair enough. I'd love to discuss it with you, but I'll only get in the way.
Man, I love it when Hannah wasn't possessed. Agreed, J-Ben. Good times.
And I really need to leave now.
Have a good day, then.
You too, sweetie.
She smiles and waves, and then she's gone, leaving me wondering if I've just wasted half my day worrying for nothing. But the weight of the photos in my pocket is impossible to ignore. Maybe I should have done the foolish thing instead. Miss McConnell departs. Boop. And then the priest yells at us. Okay, this is where she gets possessed. The child. We can
It ain't too
fix
late.
this.
We can still fix this. There's 3 of us here.
Yeah, I'm trying to be I'm trying to keep all the relationships up. Oh yeah, how do you die here? What's the death for this?
curious what the death for this is. No! Wait, I wanted to die. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Chotto matte, I wanted to die. The first time I did that quick time event, I honestly had no idea where she was. I just saw movement and clicked, and I scared myself. Oh, sorry, I needed to blow my nose. But yeah, I am. Oh no, you're supposed to kill us. Kai, come back.
It ain't too late.
Chotto matte. Okay, time to kill Zachary in this quick time event. Okay, I should just keep taking pictures right here because she's not here. Unless she moves. This is for science. Why is she laughing at me? Let's take a picture of my laptop. Okay, jump scare incoming! Ow! She has claws? Okay. How did I know she was here? How did I know? How did I know? Hiya! No. Watcha! Watcha! Shane, are you okay? Which one, the death scene or us getting it? Oh my gacha! I'm sorry. Okay, we're killing Zachary now. We're going through the open window. I can search for Ash, but what if it's too late by then? With how big this place is, he can be anywhere. And it's very likely by the time we come back, someone... wait! Okay, hold up. Hear me out. We kill Isabella. We get Hannah possessed, and then we kill off everyone so that, like, it's the worst ending possible.
No, I'm not.
I'm doing it. We're going the kill. We're going the kill everyone route. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I need to do this then. Oh. Let's again, I'll try to up
I am very
everything.
happy, Luke, because for once in a very long...
Yeah, we did that. I'm gonna try to raise everyone's, but I'm gonna try to make all the relationships really high. Yeah, that'll be the plan.
But I guess we can free up a day to meet with you.
Okay, that's what I picked before. Because it won't skip if it's new dialogue. Make everyone love us before we get possessed? Yes. So they'll know. Threaten Marianne? Well, I know the right answer for this, but still. Ah, yes, extra damage. I want the emotional damage, okay? We don't threaten the Irish lady. She should give me some of her height. Let's stop.
I'll stop if it makes you uncomfortable, sweetie.
Yeah, okay. I don't remember how to appease Luke.
I was just tending to the garden, sweetie.
Oh, he likes it when we lie.
You were?
For a moment, he looks skeptical. I can tell by the gleam in his eyes and the way he sits up in attention. I remember that we told him the truth before because I was very scared he was gonna drop another slur. He thinks I'm lying, but I see no point in bringing up Zachary and aggravating him. I did tend to the gardens for a bit, so it's not a complete lie. Just a little white lie. Besides, I know just how to please him. Sauntering over and circling around him, I place up my fingers on his shoulders. Did he just drop the one all game? I think he did it twice, because I remember panicking once and going, ah, yes, I got it this time. So I think he did it twice. I think he did it twice. He lets out a little groan before melting like butter as I massage his shoulders.
I had to make sure they didn't ruin your favorite daffodils.
I never want to hear Luke make that sound ever again. Agreed, J-Man.
Oh, that is wonderful.
I'm not sure if he means the massage or the flowers, but I'll take it. This is better than a fight.
So, absinthe.
Just one glass, Lush.
I suppose I can let this one go. A bit too late anyway, you've already drank half the thing. But remember your doctor's orders.
Yes, I'll try to drink less.
Try.
Hey, I'm only human. Do you want one?
No, thank you.
Supper is spent in silence with nothing but the occasional sound of silverware. A grand feast has been served, well, grander than usual anyway, most likely due to Luke's complaints of stress. Okay. You want one? And now we're gonna get Hannah possessed. J. A. Z. Yippee! Wait, oh, dang it! We needed to kill Hana. Oops. I forgot to kill Hana. Take me, Ghosty! Take me! I'm ready! I'm already gonna ruin her life, it's fine. What? Deeper and deeper, I drown. Oh! is a lot more too. Yeah, no jump scare for Hannah's. Interesting. Yeah, I don't mind either.
Be honest with me, Marianne. I don't need someone to sugarcoat it.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. That scene. I wonder what made Rochelle think it was Luke's. First few notes, while muffled, were enough to wake me. Oh yeah, because we killed, Isabella. It takes a few moments for everything to fall into place, for my eyes to adjust to the light, streaming into the room. Despite the pleasant chill the AC brings, my shirt is clinging tightly to me and my blanket a tangled mess around my throat. It's one of those nights, again, when sleep passes like a blink and plagued with vague fuzzy thoughts. Yeah... Poor everyone, really. From my understanding, Isabella was like the glue of the group. I lift a hand to rub away the drowsiness from my eyes, although it does take little to relieve the gritty, burning sensation from my eyelids. Outside, the sun has yet to peek over the horizon, but night has already given way to the cool morning light, washing everything in subtle gray hues. At this hour, the entire city remains unstirring. Ordinarily, waking up before my own alarm means abusing the snooze button twice or thrice just to catch those precious few extra minutes of sleep. But the persistent ringing makes it impossible now.
This better be good.
Aw, sweetheart, it ain't. Groggily, I scramble for the bag sitting at the foot of the bed. The ringing still hasn't stopped. Even as I fish the phone out, and Ash's name flashes brightly on the screen when I turn it on. Must be pretty urgent if he hasn't dropped the call yet.
Where are you?
Ashton, it's 6 in the morning. Sun hasn't even risen. Hell, my brain ain't even awake yet. What do you need?
Get your ass here, pronto.
Here? Hold on. Can't this wait until I'm actually awake?
Yeah, true.
No, Rebecca's not in a good state, and...
His voice hitches, and I fail to catch the last of what he's saying over the sudden racket on the other side of the line. When the noise dies down, however, he does not continue. This abrupt change in his tone, the unexpected hesitance to speak puts me on edge, and a different kind of anxiety clings to me. Something's wrong.
Here is where, Ash?
Apartment. Rebecca's. And Isabella's.
Oh wait, what's this route considered? Story update, story update, story update. Okay, common route. I wonder where this will lead.
Just get here, please.
He drops the call before I can ask more. Maybe it's just me or my sleep-idled brain, but in that short moment, he sounds almost as if he's pleading. The thought alone does not ease the lump of the dread gripping my insides, already heavy with fear. But despite the questions currently swimming inside my head, I waste no time in getting dressed, the rest of the day's plans and scheduled meetings today effectively forgotten. Whatever lies ahead, I hope this ain't one of those times when my intuition is right. The murmurs of the small crowd milling on the streets are loud against my ears, a contrast to the sleepy, laid-back reputation this neighborhood has built throughout the years. Despite sitting close to downtown Luxembourg,
Sawmill's quota never did quite attract the loud crowd common to the city.
Yeah.
Isabella mentioned once how the quiet bothered her in her first few years here. She has grown so used to the routine clangor of the slums in her hometown, it has become the closest she has to a lullaby. She never did quite adjust to the same kind of mum Samuel had. Oh, Javen, I'm so sorry to hear that. Damn. Yet now, I highly doubt she'd like this kind of commotion either. In her own apartment complex, no less. Moreover, where's Rebecca in all this? I was hoping either one of them will be able to give me an explanation, but a number of police cars and an ambulance are parked along the streets closest to the compound. Given Ashton's tone over the phone, I have already half expected their presence here.
Oh. Damn, my deepest condolences, my dude. I can't imagine how your dad would have felt. Yeah, that. Dang. What's a little surprising are the news vans lined up on the roads opposite.
What in the blazes is the press doing here?
Cold stone at the pit of my stomach grows more unwelcoming with each step I take, bringing a sour taste in my mouth. A handful of the curious has flocked near the building, probably waiting for something interesting to happen. Carefully, I weave my way through the thin crowd, only to be halted soon by a perimeter tape enclosing the 3-story apartment. My eyes start around the busy landing on the other side. It buzzes with activity as several officers move in and out of the building, most of them in white suits, stained at the hems, and gloves with a striking shade of red. This is Becca and Ash's fault for not believing Isabella. Zach, however, did nothing wrong. That is true. I try not to think where those came from, but an idea has already planted itself firmly in my head long before I can stop myself. Ash must be in there somewhere, if this is that kind of case. I wait, and after what seems like a lifetime, he emerges from the building, his own gloves smeared with the same red shade the others had on theirs, exhaustion evident on his face. Briefly, he scans the area, but quickly averts his gaze when he catches my eye. Without so much as a wave of or an acknowledgement, he starts to walk off in the opposite direction, while reading off the papers he's had on hand with complete focus. I get that he's busy, but that's on a whole different level of weird. Not 3 steps later, though, he seems to think better of it. He pauses before wheeling around and walking back towards me. This kind of hesitance, while not unheard from him, is only enough to fuel the sick dread clawing at my insides. He doesn't meet my eyes when he speaks either.
Sorry you had to be greeted by this.
You say that like this is something new to me. Come on, dude, after all these years, every time I see your name on the caller ID, I'm already half expecting something shitty went down again somewhere.
An expression both pained and weary crosses his face momentarily before hiding it back under his usual mask of indifference. The rest of my laughter dies from my lips, replaced by a sound devoid of any mirth. Try as I might to keep the talk light, the thick atmosphere has become stifling at some point. I've always known how taxing his work in the police force has become since his promotion, seeing it with my own eyes as a matter of fact. But right now, have things really gone this badly for him lately?
Can't say the side of forensics is a pleasant thing to see in the morning. Anyway, where's Rebecca? You mentioned she's not in a good state. And then, please don't tell me she's somehow gotten herself in.
Nothing's happened to her. They're just getting her statement. They should let her go soon.
He gestures with his head. An ambulance parked a short distance from us. Her striking familiar hair is visible between the 2 officers standing nearby. Although I can't see her face, the tired droop on her shoulders, it's impossible to miss. Still, to see her unharmed is relief enough.
Glad to hear that. What's going on here anyway? Seems like you've got yourself another big case on your plate this time.
It's been classified as a homicide, but nothing conclusive yet.
A homicide? Another? Right here? Figures while the press is here. No, I don't think any of the two girls will appreciate you bringing the whole precinct here. Bella especially. Never did quite forgive Devlin, no matter how much she laughs about it now.
Uh-huh. Funny you should mention her, Zach.
Isabella's not here, Zach.
A flicker of grief. Momentarily in its passing, but it's there across his face at the mention of her. And in that single lapse, the stone in my stomach has firmly lodged itself up in my throat.
Ash, what's really going on here?
A hunch, that's all it is. But if there's anything I've learned from him all these years, it's that asking the hardest questions are unavoidable if you want to get answers. Not in a world as harsh as ours.
Ashton, I asked you a question. Where is Isabella?
With her papa. When he looks at me, I already know the answer. God damn, I already know it. And I want to hear it straight from him.
She's dead.
2 words. None of it registers.
Dude, you know full well I find jokes like that in bad taste. If you need me curious about this, you got it done way before that came out of your mouth.
With her papa. Dang, J-Man, ruthless.
Now answer the question properly.
I already did. What else do you want me to tell you?
The truth. Stop shitting with me and tell me what this is all about.
True, but I'm also telling the truth to Zachary. At least I didn't laugh.
God help me if no one tells me what's going on. I swear I'll...
At least not right away.
I don't have time for this, Zach. I've got a lot of stuff waiting to be dealt with right now. I need you to make yourself useful and stay with Rebecca after they're done with her.
Let me through.
Punch Ash. Yeah, agreed.
My hand's already on the tape, poised to raise it, but he's quick to move in front to bar me from crossing to the other side. It only serves to raise the ire bubbling up in me. The tone he takes doesn't help either.
I can't let you do that. This place is off limits until the investigation's over.
It wasn't a request. Let me through.
Honestly, going through the entire game, I do think that Zach does have the best voice actor.
What could you possibly want to?
You have a point there, J-Man.
You said she's dead! I want to see it with my own eyes, Ash. I'm not buying any of your bullshit until I've seen it with my own eyes.
Oh, sweetie.
Now move aside.
Or what? You'll break the tape? March in there like some criminal above the law?
I love Zach's voice actor. He's very good.
Because I'm telling you that's what you'll be once you do. And I won't be able to keep you out of trouble this time, no matter how innocent you are.
Screw the rules! That is my friend in there! Just the other day I was talking with her. How can she be dead right now? How sure are you that she is? All I'm asking is proof, goddammit!
It's not that simple. We're following a protocol here. And friend or not, you have to stay in line while forensics finishes documenting the victim's body and every fucking thing in the goddamn scene. Now back off, sit down, and let us do our work. Don't make this harder for us, Zach.
I hate that made me laugh. Well, you see, all the blood that was inside is now outside. All her innards are now outards.
What? You make it sound like you don't even know her. Ain't she your friend too?
It's not that. You don't understand. Right now, she's nothing but a dead body. We need to...
All I saw is red.
Oh damn! We punched Ash!
My anger subsided just as quickly as it erupted. The next thing I know, he's on the ground, nursing a bloodied lip and a bruised cheek with an unreadable expression in his eyes.
Honestly, yeah. He wouldn't give Zach a straight answer. My fist falls to my side, limp and forgotten. The papers and photos he's been holding on to all this time flutter uselessly to the floor around us as if to mock me. His rage would have been better, far easier to deal with, than the wall he's suddenly built up around himself. With it, there's only hurtful words and ugly truths. No puzzling guessing games that leaves you thinking for days on end. I shouldn't have let my temper get the better of me either. I want to apologize, say something to remedy the situation, but my mouth has gone thick with fear and remorse all at once. I can only look at my feet, no longer standing close to the boundary I threatened to cross earlier. And that is when I see it. Understanding dawns on me, violent enough to shake me. With trembling hands, I reach for the scattered photographs off of the pavement. Yeah, her innards are now outards. A sick, burning feeling immediately rises up to my throat. Purely on instinct, my eyes move to every corner of the print, searching for any sign of tampering, for any discrepancy, for any hope that this might just be an awful prank. Yeah. I'm surprised. This has to be one of the more gruesome deaths that the ghost did, other than just, like, killing the person outright or giving them a heart attack. Like, I wonder what beef the ghost had with Isabella. How can you be sure she's dead? Oh no. But try as I might, I can't find it. Ripped apart. There's no other word for it. She barely looks like herself. In fact, I wouldn't have known if it was her if Ashton hadn't mentioned something earlier. When I think of her, all I see is the person who has rarely ever lost that cheer in her voice. Often upbeat, rarely dispirited. Now she's nothing more than a mangled mess of blood, flesh, and splintered bones. Her head is bent backwards, and eyes and mouth open in a silent, empty scream. A hole in her torso, big enough to expose her insides, gapes open at me. It's as if a savage beast has torn it viciously open and feasted on it, every organ mutilated and butchered beyond all recognition. Can you imagine? Blood pools from the open wound, drenching her and the floor in a deep shade of red. I can smell and taste it, even without being there. When I finally look back at him, Ashton's shoulders have gone rigid. His eyebrows are drawn in a tight frown. His jaws are clenched tight. I recognize the frustration, his frustration for what it is. It's not that Ashton doesn't want me to see her. He simply doesn't want her to be seen in this state. This ain't how he wants her to be remembered. I struggle to find the words. Anything to fix this god-awful misunderstanding. This ain't what we should be doing right now. But he only looks away as he pushes himself off the ground.
Ash, I don't know what came over me.
I don't blame Zach for reacting very emotionally. Like irrationally. But at the same time, I don't know what answer would have appeased Zach.
I won't be pressing assault charges considering the situation.
Yeah. That's been shown time and time again in this as well.
I've got things to check with the other officers, but don't go thinking you can easily cross this line without me here. The other police types won't be as forgiving. Go check on Rebecca. She's probably the one who took it the hardest.
Especially since that they're neighbors. And that she said she was gonna check on her and wanted to have dinner with her. Yeah, Rebecca's got it worse. She probably found the body. Without another word, Ash gathers the papers littering the ground, ducks under the perimeter tape, and walks away without so much as a backward glance. Doesn't even remember that the photos are still in my hand. In hindsight, I could follow him. I should follow him.
Return these to him, apologize, and maybe attempt a decent conversation without butting heads or getting into a trivial squabble over this, of all things. But he's right, damn it. He's right in that we're not the only two people going through this. And right now, Rebecca has to bear losing a friend all on her own. I feel like we should comfort Rebecca. Okay. Apologies can wait. At the moment, Rebecca needs someone by her side. When I find her again, the officers who took her statement are long gone. She has not moved an inch from the seat the paramedics have offered her, and a distant look has taken over her face, the usual fierceness in her gaze missing. Yeah, I won't. I think Zach would probably pass them off to another police officer or something, since that like what Ashton said, we are not crossing that line without him. Like a flyer that flickered out of existence. There are no tears, just hollowness and sorrow. She offers me a weak smile when she sees me approach, but nothing else other than that. Plus, I think she saw it with her own eyes, to be fair. I try to say something, my mouth opening and closing in hesitation, finding words that will hopefully offer the least bit of comfort, if not sympathy. But all of them fall flat in the face of her own grief. The only thing I can give her is my company, to sit beside her and help her bear this with as much strength as I can lend. Yeah. Around us, the crowd slowly begins to thin out, most having already lost interest in the commotion that entails the discovery of a crime scene. A few do linger, just reporters finishing up with the news and waiting for some final words from the authorities. If this incident is not yet all over the news this morning, it will be soon.
If she were here, she'd probably be scared out of her wits by now.
The words choke in her throat, her mouth closing off at the last one, as if to stop a sob from escaping her. I don't need to ask who her is.
She'll likely be out of here faster than you can say ghost to her. Probably rent a new apartment on the other side of the city as soon as possible. For good measure.
Yeah, Zachary actually sounds like he's on the verge of tears, while Rebecca's voice actress still sounds quite the same to me.
She would. She never did like it here.
Did she say that?
No, not directly. Never directly. She'll complain about me being bossy or Ash being annoying, but she would never say a word about that.
Okay, she does sound sad. Maybe I'm being too hard on Rebecca.
The rent here is cheap. She prefers it that way. It just means she'll be able to send more home. Personal comforts be damned. For her family. Always for her family.
Rebecca draws in a breath, long and shaky. Her voice falters for a brief second.
They always came first for her. She's, what, 26? She doesn't even know how to take care of herself. It's impossible not to worry, you know? And she's always like that, and...
She probably couldn't afford it, to be honest. She clenches her eyes shut and heaves in, her shoulders shaking with heavy, silent sobs. And as tears began to slide down her cheeks, it hits me that I've never seen her cry like this before. Always the strong, reliable one, ever the proud, fiery woman. Yet she's none of those as I draw her in and wrap my arms around her shoulders. She's simply another who has lost someone.
I don't really know what to say. Never been good with this, but...
You're better than Ash.
I'm here, Rebecca.
Minutes pass before the rest of her cries subside, and by the time the grief has temporarily eased, my shoulders already damp with her tears. Oh, maybe. But you have to remember that Isabella doesn't exactly have the same luxury when it comes to money.
Damn, Javen, no! You're worth something even without life insurance. You left your mark on the world, my dude. Just by being here. There's evidence that you lived. And nothing can change that. She offers me an apologetic smile as she pulls away, which I return in kind.
I didn't mean for you to see me like that. It's just that I was with her on the phone yesterday before this.
I'm glad, my dude. Don't forget that.
We had a fight. If I had known that would be the last time. I don't know. Maybe I should have been more careful with my words.
Hey, it's okay. You don't have to say anything now. And it's not your fault. Never your fault. Understood?
No, Zachary, I was just talking to her. She was alive, and I shouted at her. I should have at least heard her out, given her the chance. She was so worried about everyone that something might happen to us.
Suddenly, she trails off. The rest of what she's saying becomes lost in her tongue. Her eyes are wide when she looks back at me. One trembling hand cuffs over her mouth, and the other reaches out to grip my arm with strength I had not known she possessed until now.
Zach, she was warning me. She said we might be in danger. Remember Rose Cooper, her co-worker, on the news? You've heard it, right? She was saying something about her and the letter she got from that mansion.
Whoa, wait there, Rebecca. That's a huge jump in logic right there. And a little bit too much to take in at once, frankly.
I know that. If nothing happened, I wouldn't have given it much thought. But as it is, what if she was right all along? What if that letter she found really has something to do with this? The same thing was written in her room with her own blood and...
Yeah, she saw it with her own eyes.
And nothing. I expected to hear a better argument from you, Rebecca.
We look up to find Ashton marching towards us, his stride quick and decisive. The expression on his face, however, there are really no other words to it. He looks pissed as hell. And if he was that kind of person, I'd wager good money that the next one who annoys him will end up injured in some capacity.
And before you ask, the stupid letter's with forensics now, along with the other evidence. Don't waste your time looking for it. The whole case is a train wreck as it is.
What would you have me do then? We don't know who did this. Whoever or whatever murdered our friend is still out there.
You think I don't know that? I'll get him, I promise.
Why are you assuming it's a dude?
I'll get him, put him behind bars, and make him pay. But please don't go around playing cop. We aren't playing a children's game.
I have no intention to. Don't you think we also want the same thing as badly as you do?
His mouth opens, poised to say something, but wavers in the end. He averts his eyes. Maybe it's just me, but for a fleeting second, something close to regret flickers in them.
You don't know the half of it.
What on earth do you mean by...
All right, guys. That's enough. Proper time and place, remember? We ain't getting anywhere like this.
Sorry, you two. I think I need some air. I'll step out for a while.
Yeah, he never got to confess this route. You right.
Just forget I mentioned anything, Zachary. It's probably the exhaustion talking.
Is it just me, or did Rebecca's mic quality change during that line? She's already walking away before the two of us can react. Although, with how our previous exchange went down, I highly doubt chasing after her will do us both good. An awkward second stretches out between Ash and I, until I remember that the photographs are still with me. Ah, okay. I'm glad I wasn't imagining it then. They continue to weigh more than they actually do in my hands. I try not to look at them again when I hand it back to him.
Once is enough.
You left this with me back there.
Recognition slips from his features before he walks over and takes them off my hands, without so much as a thanks. Neither of us speak while he clips all of it back to his file. What else is there to talk about? A jest would be too inappropriate, given the gravity of the situation. An apology right now, despite my intent when I sought him out, will be too early, too easy, too hasty. Not with our minds still reeling from the news. Not with all of us still finding ways to cope with our own grief. And this is how he does it, with feigned indifference and an air of aloof detachment. I can't fault him for that.
What's next after this, Ash?
Can't say. But make sure you stay far away from the rights. We've got enough problems as it is.
Yeah, 'cause the rights are actually wrongs.
I don't need another one adding more to it.
Ooh. Wait, brakes, Ash, brakes. What about those things on the wall? Maybe she's right. Maybe it has something to do with what she's been telling us all this time. You saw the contents of the paper. What if it's...
Don't go thinking that the stupid letter is related or even a clue. This has more to it than some curse, damn it. I should have paid more attention. If I knew this would lead to this, I would have... I have to go. I'll leave Rebecca to you.
Yet as I watch him walk away, a different kind of worry weaves itself into me. Ash can handle himself. He's proven that time and again. But the way he carries himself at the moment, this frustration, perhaps even anger, now seeping into his every word. Years ago, in our early acquaintance, he said keeping a cool head is priority in his line of work. Letting things go too personal should be the last thing that should happen in any case he's handling. I believed him then. Now, with everything as they are, I hope he remembered those words for himself. Although it's small and begs for a little cleaning and repair, it is, at the end of the day, the closest I have to respite. Sure, my sister would have a thing or two to say about the mess every time she visits, but it's still home to me.
Okay, is this the common road or is this new? Okay. Oh. Okay, never mind. This is completely new. It does look pretty clean, huh?
Most of them schedules, lists, and tasks for the next few days. Something to keep me busy while I sort things out, sort myself out. And with what happened to Isabella, something to temporarily take my mind off things. A lone note flutters to my feet, the letters on the surface glaring at me with mute intensity. Ermengarde Mansion, Hannah Wright, 11 a.m. After Ashton's warning, they all hold a different meaning now. Ooh. We're in a whole different branch.
Now will we go this way or this way? Also, I like Ash's humming. No, not Ash, Zachary's humming.
The next 2 days rush by in a blur, altogether leaving a collective mess of work suddenly piling up and new unexpected acquaintances. Or friends?
Remembers Ash's ringtone.
Depends on how you look at it, really. Either way, I'm stuck developing these photos at 3 in the morning to reach a deadline set by an overeager art director. Don't get me wrong, Julius is good, has a vision, and knows what he wants. But damn, He can be too enthusiastic at times.
Doesn't matter when you couldn't sleep anyway.
Oh, sweetie. There is nothing new in it, of course. After years of working as a freelance photographer, it's simply something I have grown used to. To get to know people, build a client base, do good work, and cash in some late hours if need be. Rinse and repeat. It certainly takes a while to get some footing on the field, but it's the kind of thing that pays off in the long run as you keep at it. Given enough time, you might end up with big names on your client list. Names like the Wrights in particular. I never did pay much attention to them, but it's virtually impossible not to hear about them when a local news channel or paper has something to say on their name. A party here, an acquisition there. Sometimes it's a new business venture. Other times it's the everyday gossip that typically follows popular people like them. Not in a million years did I ever imagine I would end up working for such a high-profile couple. And between that and the fuss that comes with it, leaves me no time to ponder over what happened to Isabella or why Ash is so adamant we keep away from the pair.
They do seem like the good folk, though, despite the whole fame thing.
Hannah seems like the good folk. Not Luke. Hannah. Sure, there was a rumor running around years ago about him being involved in some business scandal. But just like every gossip blown out of proportion by the media, nothing came of it, and eventually it simply died down. Much is definitely left to be said for the husband, though I doubt a woman like Miss Wright would pick him if he doesn't have any good points at all. Miss Wright, Hannah herself, though. She ain't particularly bad, the way the press makes her out to be. The tabloids had it all wrong, that's for sure. For someone born with a silver spoon in her mouth, well, she ain't exactly what I was expecting. Among other things, the newfound friendship is what I least expected from her, but here we are. Along with a life as public as the Wrights, no wonder it's the woman who often gets the crappy end of the stick. I can't help but feel sorry for her. She's a real nice person when given the chance. Heck, she might have even ended up friends with Rebecca and Isabella too if they weren't living worlds apart. Probably. The beep quickly pulls me back before my thoughts travel any further. In one practice motion, I carefully place the wet print I'm holding on the drying rack and amble over my makeshift dark room to get the last photos from the water bath. Inside the converted broom closet, the film processor lets out another soft clack before going on its standby mode. At its mouth, a lone photograph sits on the tray, barely visible with the lack of light. It's the last one for the set Miss Wright requested. I don't usually make this a habit, giving away stuff, that is. It's bad for business, no matter how well-intentioned or generous you are. This exception, however. She did treat me well, and was a pleasant companion all throughout the shoot. Even if she didn't ask, I would have probably given her a few prints just for the hell of it. Miss Wright ain't such a bad subject matter to begin with. And maybe it's just me, but for someone who has everything in the palm of her hand, all the money in the world, a loving husband, and a pretty big mansion to call her home, she's lonely. She doesn't just appear like it. It shows in the tone of her voice, how she moves, and most certainly in her smiles. Always hidden behind the glamour of the world to never see. Sometimes for people like her, small things like this helps. A little reminder that the world can be kind too. I feel like I've read this before. Because I have! Oh, I was like... Initial D started playing in my head. Deja vu. I have been in this place before. Okay. But then I realized I decided to kill Isabella. Show photos to Ash. Ash will give me flack for this, he will. I can already hear what he's going to say about this the moment I bring it up. Hell, even before he sees anything, I'll wager. The guy is a skeptic through and through, and it'll take more than any account for him to even consider this. But when you've been there, seen something enough to raise the hairs at the back of your neck, and leave you wanting to flee or hide, what he thinks is the least of my concerns. I am no hero. That's the title best reserved for someone else. Still, if this doesn't help him change his mind, it's worth a try. It won't bring Isabella back. It's far too late for that. But she certainly won't wish for anything to happen to us either. Outside, the sun has yet to rise. I've still got a few hours before dawn. Good enough time to mull over how I'll go about the process. How I'll go about this with him. Plenty of space to check if I'll get the same result if I redo the process again. The film processor hums back to life at my touch. The light switch gives out a soft click, and darkness embraces the small closet again.
Somehow those urban legends don't sound so silly now.
Sometimes I wish Ash would make himself easier to find. 24 messages, 13 phone calls, and one visit to his flat later. I still have no idea which rock in Lexburn he went off to hide under again.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair, J-Man.
The guy has his own place, but he refuses to stay in it. Has his own phone, but he doesn't answer any of his calls or give any indication he's gotten my messages. Most of the time, he'll just show up at my front door. Sometimes in the middle of the night, complaining how uncomfortable it is to sleep at the back of his Shirley, his car. As if the old couch in my flat is any better. Nothing new from him, though, but a bit frustrating, really. There's the police precinct, of course. Then again, he's not there most of the time either. And if that's also true for today, he's likely out on another stakeout. There's nothing much to do for me but to wait if that's the case.
Let's just hope I'm lucky enough today.
When Luxembourg is a relatively peaceful city, boasting a low crime rate, its precinct stays abuzz with activity. As soon as I open the glass front doors, murmurs coming from the people waiting in the lobby welcome me. Officers can occasionally be seen shuffling in and out of the rooms, greeting civilians with a casual smile and a polite nod. Some, though, look a little worse for wear, like the receptionist who looked at me with much disdain the moment I arrived. Thankfully, I won't have to deal with him today.
In honor of Cappy's misstream.
Before I can even step in, Ashton's voice, though low, comes from the hallway adjacent to the lobby.
Not even for just 1 minute?
No. The case was dismissed, remember?
You were the one handling that case.
If you want access to those records, you've got to ask Chief. I was taken off it before shit went to hell. Why do you even bother? Even Professor Clark seems to have given up on that.
Well, never mind, you won't understand.
Right. I know you owe Professor Clark a lot, but the right guy isn't just someone you mess with. They've got the money. Who knows what else gets swept under the rug with them involved?
That takes a special kind of ignorant not to know.
And a smart person to know which boundaries he can't cross. You're a bright guy, you'll figure it out. In any case, I've got to get going. Another missing person case on my hand. Benjamin on the front desk looks like he's about to maul someone after the 4th one yesterday. Murders, people missing, what a time to be alive. Man, I miss the old Luxburn.
You and me both. I'll see you. Gonna go grab some lunch.
He notices me first as soon as he enters the lobby and pauses. Confusion briefly crosses his face until I fish out the phone from my pocket and wave it up. Both his hands were formed into fists at his sides, which he promptly hides in his pockets as soon as he notices I'm staring. I am wrong to think this one will be as easy as the other times, coming out here and just talking. With the words stuck in my throat, the plan has been quickly thrown out the window. We don't talk in the first place. We rarely ever do. When misunderstandings like this happen, the next day we're back to the way we are, like nothing occurred at all. None of those fights ever involved fists and bruised jaws, though. Nor a dead friend. An excuse is already forming in my head when he moves, stopping my thoughts with a little tap on my shoulder, and walks past me straight to the door. He gestures with his head towards their very irked receptionist when I raise an eyebrow and question.
Over lunch. I haven't eaten anything since last night, and Benjamin there doesn't really like loiterers around here.
Wordlessly, I follow after him, and not after sending the poor guy behind the table an apologetic smile. Hopefully, things haven't completely fallen apart yet. Even with that, lunch is still every bit as awkward as I imagine it will be. As expected, he takes a seat in the furthest corner of the cafe, a good way from the window, but easily allows a view of who comes and goes. Secluded enough not to be disturbed by the lunch hour rush or be overheard by a curious bystander. If I didn't know this is lunch he invited me to, I would automatically assume I got dragged into another stakeout. After years of knowing him, though, this has simply become one of the many habits I've gotten used to. Okay. I can read. This is a sign I should end stream soon. 5 minutes in, though, I find myself wishing someone will just interrupt us for the sake of interrupting. We've got no use for privacy when neither of us seem to be too keen on talking. Okay, well... Is that Ash? Is that latte art of Ash? Damn. Did you correct him or did you milk it and get free and get free dessert? Did you break the truth to him or did you get free dessert? But yeah, I think I'm ending. My throat is dying. And seeing those sweets made me hungry. Yes. Didn't get free stuff, but I didn't bother correcting them. Oh, that's a shame. Maybe you should have cried a bit. Just add a little drama. Got great service. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah. We'll continue this tomorrow, I guess. Wait, what day is it today? Okay, yeah, it's Thursday. Yeah, we'll continue this tomorrow. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. This has been Frown the Fur. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, morning, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are. And that's it for me.